You're not crazy, you're sensitive. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt heavy? No one said a word, but suddenly your stomach tightens, your shoulders rise, and something inside whispers, "Get out." You're not imagining it. You're just feeling what most people can't. You are what I call a frequency sensitive, someone whose nervous system is tuned like an instrument. You pick up signals others don't even hear, and when you don't know that's what's happening, you start to think something's wrong with you. Maybe you've said things like, "I'm so tired after being around people. I feel drained after certain conversations. I don't know why my mood changes so fast." But here's the truth. You're not weak. You're just absorbing energy that was never yours to carry. And that, my friend, is the silent epidemic of the empathic age. We're connected to everyone, but grounded in no one. See, energy doesn't need permission. It travels faster than words, faster than logic, faster than the brain can interpret. You can pick up someone's stress in seconds, through micro-expressions, tone, or even just proximity. Your body becomes the translator for emotions people haven't dealt with yet. You walk away from that conversation feeling anxious, but the anxiety isn't yours. You replay arguments in your mind, but those emotions don't even belong to you. You're living as an emotional sponge in a world that has forgotten how to clean itself. But what if I told you that being sensitive doesn't have to mean being drained? That what you think is a curse might actually be your gift? In this video, we're going to talk about how to stop absorbing other people's energy without having to shut down your heart. Because this isn't about becoming cold, it's about becoming clear. You'll learn the real science behind energy transfer and why it's not woo-woo, how your nervous system becomes an emotional mirror, and the one practice that instantly returns your energy to you. By the end of this, you'll know how to walk through chaos and stay calm, how to love people deeply without losing yourself, and how to stand in your power even when the world is loud. Because truth is, the world doesn't need you to dim your light. It just needs you to stop letting others unplug you from your own source. Most people think energy means incense and crystals, but your body is an electromagnetic field, a living signal tower made of nerves, ions, and emotion. Every heartbeat releases an electrical wave measurable up to 8 feet away. Every thought fires neurons that create a magnetic pulse. So when two humans meet, their fields don't shake hands, they merge. That's why you can walk past someone angry and feel it in your chest before they speak. It's biology wearing a spiritual disguise. Inside your body sits the vagus nerve, your emotional antenna. It runs from the brainstem down through the heart, lungs, and gut. When you sense danger, sadness, or tension in others, your vagus nerve mirrors it. It tightens, slows digestion, changes your breath. Your system tries to match the frequency in front of you to stay safe. This is called neuroception, your subconscious radar. It scans the world every millisecond asking one question: am I safe? When it feels someone's stress, it doesn't know if it's theirs or yours, so it fires alarms anyway. Now multiply that by modern life, crowded spaces, online noise, endless emotional data. Your nervous system is downloading updates it never asked for. Here's the wild part. Research from the HeartMath Institute found that your heart's field can sync with another person's heartbeat when you sit close and breathe in rhythm. That's connection at a literal frequency level. But it also means you can absorb anxiety, grief, or exhaustion just by proximity. It's not in your imagination, it's in your wiring. So if you've ever walked away from a friend, a workplace, or even a phone call feeling like you've run a marathon, you didn't overreact. You simply downloaded someone else's storm. But science also gives us hope, because what you absorb can also be transmuted. Energy isn't fixed, it's fluid. And once you learn how to ground, discharge, and reset your field, you stop being the sponge and start becoming the alchemist. There's a sacred reason you feel so much. Empathy isn't weakness, it's evolution. You were designed to read energy because you were meant to heal it. But here's the paradox. Without boundaries, empathy becomes erosion. Most empaths aren't drowning because they care too much. They're drowning because they've forgotten where they end and others begin. They confuse compassion with carrying. And somewhere along the line, the soul starts whispering, "This pain is not yours to hold." Spiritual teachers talk about oneness, and it's true. We're all connected. But connection doesn't mean possession. You can love someone deeply without living their emotions for them. You can hold space for their pain without inviting it to take up residence in your chest. The problem is, many of us learned early that love equals absorption. We felt safest when we managed the moods of others. We learned to read every sigh, every silence, to survive. That's trauma empathy, not true empathy. It's the body saying, if I can anticipate the storm, maybe I won't get struck. But spiritual awakening isn't about staying in survival mode. It's about remembering your sovereignty, that your light doesn't need to shrink to make others comfortable. When you heal this pattern, something incredible happens. You stop being a mirror and start being a lighthouse. A mirror reflects whatever stands before it. A lighthouse emits its own signal no matter the weather. That's the shift from empath to energy master, from absorbing to transmitting. The moment you choose to stop taking on what isn't yours, the universe begins sending you people who match your peace instead of your pain. You stop attracting chaos because your frequency no longer feeds it. You become a calm field others can rest in, without you losing yourself in their storms. And this, right here, is where your sensitivity becomes sacred. Because your empathy is not a flaw. It's evidence that your soul came here to remind humanity how to feel again, just not at the expense of your own peace. Stay with me, more to come. Awareness is the first step, but the real transformation happens when you learn to hold your own field, no matter what enters it. Let's start with something simple, something ancient. Your breath. When you feel drained or heavy after being around people, don't rush to fix it with noise. Find stillness. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 3, exhale through your mouth for 6. Do this 3 times. What you're doing isn't just relaxing. You're resetting your electromagnetic field. Your breath is your internal tuning fork. It realigns the chaos back to coherence. Next, try this visualization. I call it the golden light return. Close your eyes and imagine a sphere of golden light above your head. On your inhale, see that light descend slowly through your crown, filling every cell with warmth. On your exhale, visualize any heaviness, emotion, or static leaving your body as gray smoke, dissolving into the earth below. Do this until you feel lighter. That isn't imagination. That's intention reprogramming your frequency. Then there's grounding. We live so much in our minds that we forget the earth is the ultimate stabilizer. Touch soil. Stand barefoot on grass. If you can't, place your hands flat on a wall or table and feel the density beneath you. Say silently, I am here, I am safe. I release what isn't mine. You'll feel a subtle click inside, like something in your nervous system finally exhales. That's your field reconnecting to home base. And here's one most people overlook: energetic hygiene. You clean your body daily, but do you clean your energy? After emotional interactions, wash your hands in cold water. Let the water carry away what doesn't belong. It's symbolic, yes, but symbolism is language for the subconscious, and the subconscious runs your field. If you want something stronger, imagine a golden cord connecting your heart to a star above you, and another cord connecting your feet to the earth. You are the bridge between heaven and soil, light and form. When you stand in that alignment, nothing can take your energy without permission. And here's a truth few people say out loud. You don't have to protect yourself from everyone. You just have to stay connected to yourself. The moment you anchor in your own light, other frequencies either rise to meet you or fall away. That's how energy mastery works. Not by fighting darkness, but by outshining it. News, screens, fear. Everyone's screaming for your attention. But somewhere beneath all that noise, there's still a place of silence inside you. The one space no one can touch. That's where your true self lives. That's where your power has been waiting. You are not meant to hide from the world. You are meant to transform in it. The storm doesn't need to stop for you to find peace. You simply have to remember that you are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it. When you stop absorbing other people's energy, you stop reacting and start responding. You begin to see every interaction as an opportunity to practice mastery instead of misery. The angry person becomes a mirror showing where you still hold tension. The sad person invites your compassion, not your collapse. The chaos becomes your classroom. This is what emotional alchemy really is, turning reaction into awareness and awareness into peace. When the world throws its noise at you, you don't block it. You breathe it into light. You let it move through you instead of live inside you. And slowly people notice something different about you. They start saying, I feel calm when I'm around you. That's because you've become coherence in a world addicted to static. Here's the final truth. You were never supposed to be numb to life. You were supposed to feel it all and still remain centered. That's the art. That's mastery. So, the next time you sense heaviness that isn't yours, try this. Smile inwardly. Whisper, return to sender with love. Then take a breath and remember, the light within you doesn't need defending. It just needs to stay lit. Because when you hold your frequency steady, you give others permission to rise. That's how one calm soul changes a room. That's how peace spreads. Quietly, invisibly, powerfully. You don't have to fix anyone. You don't have to absorb their storms. Just stand in your light and let your presence speak the language of balance. And as you walk through this world, busy, bright, unpredictable, remember this. You are not here to escape energy. You are here to master it. That's the true calling of an empath in the age of awakening. To feel everything and still choose peace. If this helped you remember your strength, hit subscribe. Because this channel is your space to come home to yourself. Here we don't run from the world, we rise above it. Please subscribe the button OS right here and it's free. And remember, you don't just find the light, you remember the light. This has been Valkyrie. Thanks for stopping by.